Hi, and welcome to Razz Reviews. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Tenet. It stars John David Washington, who by the way is the son of an unknown actor, and he plays a secret agent on a mysterious mission that involves time manipulation? Oh, is the plot not clear to you? Not to me either. It's actually not hard to discuss this film spoiler-free, because even if I want to spoil it for you, I don't really know what to say. This movie has a really intricate, ambitious plot, and you just have to see it for yourself to comprehend it, and probably you have to see it multiple times. I know I'm gonna need to see this movie multiple times. However, there's no denying that it's an absolute visual spectacle. I love the cinematography of this film, and they do so many cool, amazing practical effects and crazy concept sequences that are things I've never even seen before. So awesome. This movie barely uses any CGI, by the way. It probably uses as much CGI as like a romantic comedy nowadays. And they do a lot of cool stuff in camera. I love the action and I love the fight scenes. David Washington is actually physically fit, and he does a lot of his own stunts, and he makes those fight sequences, especially the hand-to-hand combat, really stand out and become very enjoyable to watch. This is definitely the proper film to go back to the cinema. And I can understand why Christopher Nolan did not want this film to go into video on demand or to be released on streaming services, because it does deserve that big, epic screen, because that's what the movie is. It's very epic, it's very ambitious visually and story-wise, and it deserves to be seen in IMAX. It's shot on IMAX, and it's just so stunning. And I'm so happy because I've been away from the cinema for like 6 months, and I was first in line to see this movie. I've been jonesing, I've been like, I want to see a movie in the cinema, and I ate so much popcorn that my bathroom visit the next day kind of looked weird, but it's okay. I made up for like 6 months worth of no cinema snacks. What? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about my bowel movement on my YouTube channel. It's my YouTube channel. You don't like it, get your own. Now look, this movie's generally getting some mixed reviews here and there, and the biggest reason for that is definitely the plot. The plot of the film is very complicated and very overwhelming, because this movie is not just high concept, it's high concept. There are so many ideas and so many things that need explaining that the film just ends up being a big giant exposition piece. The problem is that a lot of information gets dumped on you very, very fast in a very small amount of time while you're on the run, because the movie has a neck-breaking pace. It does not stop to explain things to you. It's kind of like going on tour and having the tour guide just kind of push you along and like while he's explaining what's going on. And here you have this tool that was used by tribal people inside the caves, and here, keep moving, ma'am, keep moving. Look, at the end of the day, I can't really judge if the intricacies and the complications of the plot are actually a good thing. I was confused, I'll be honest. This is the first movie that actually made me feel stupid sometimes, because as much as I try to keep track, it's still a lot of information very fast and I don't know where to focus. So I miss like a word and be like, wait, what does that mean? And then like for 10 minutes, I'm just like,
confusion of the highest order.
It's really funny, this movie was released in the cinemas, and yes, it does deserve it, but I also wish it was released online so that I can skip back and repeat certain scenes and try to understand what's going on. Did I understand the whole movie? Sort of. I came out, I would say maybe 80% or 75% sure of what just happened, but not 100%. If you ask me 2 or 3 more questions about what that was and why and who are these people, I'll probably drop down to like 40% understanding. I probably need to see it like 3 or 4 times more to comprehend fully the world and the rules of it. It's very complicated. But I know it's trying to do something cool, but I just don't know what it is. The sound mix of the movie did not help. This is a film where I really needed to hear every word that's being said, and that wasn't always the case. And Christopher Nolan honestly is kind of infamous for this. He always has this really complicated calibration of his sound mix, so if it's not done 100%, a lot of the times the sound gets a little muffled. People complain about this in Interstellar and even in The Dark Knight Rises, and this movie also kind of suffered from that problem. For me, sometimes the dialogue wasn't actually clear, and this is not a movie where you want to miss any of that dialogue, because it's all exposition and it's all important, and if you miss one sentence, the entire scene stops making sense. However, speaking of the soundtrack is actually fantastic. I loved the music. This is one of the rare occasions where Christopher Nolan does not work with Hans Zimmer. He did not do the score for this film. Somebody else did. I don't know his name. I'll look it up later, but oh my God. And they did these really cool elements where they were playing the music and then playing it back in reverse and messing around with it. Awesome stuff. Performances were great too. David Washington is definitely a star in the making. His physicality is very impressive. He didn't really have much to do in terms of character development because the story itself does not really dig deep into characters. It plays more like a James Bond type of thing, but only if James Bond can manipulate time. Vengeance was there and he did a really good job. I mean, look, I've always been a Patterson fan. If you watch Twilight, that's kind of your fault. He's fantastic in a lot of films and he's definitely fantastic here. And there was literally a moment early on in the film where he's walking around with a slick suit and I'm like, yeah, that's Bruce Wayne. I see it. He reminded me of Tom Hardy's character in Inception, which is another side character that I really like. At the end of the day, Tenet is a very interesting, intriguing, unique, impressive movie that might not make sense to you the first time around. I kind of felt like I want to travel back in time in the film just to make sense of what's happening. I wanted to Tenet. I respect Christopher Nolan for at least taking a chance and trying to do something unique and special. There's stuff in here that I've never seen that I found very compelling and very intriguing, despite not knowing why. But it was cool, confusing in a very cool way. And I think this is a film that a lot of people are going to appreciate over time. And it's hard to judge now. Maybe years from now, we'll look back at Tenet and change our perspective on it. But for now, I'm going to give Tenet an 8 out of 10. So, are you going to go to the cinema? Are you going to risk your life? Are you going to maintain social distance? Or are you going to stay at home and be safe? Let me know in the comment section if you're going to go see Tenet. And if you have, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to ask me what you'd like me to review for your next. See ya!